who are
Played
we
golf
waiting
with
for?
O'Mara last weekend, and we're down in Florida.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we missed you down there.
Next year. Next year.
Next year, you bet. I'd like to play with Michael. He's one of the few people in the world who's a worse golfer than I am. He's
Well,
not
yeah,
out there,
played
is he?
with me recently, so
Is Michael coming this month or no?
Oh,
no idea.
I don't see him. And Eleanor, are you on here? No. Okay. So let's wait like another. Eleanor, is Lisa coming this month? Eleanor, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, is Eleanor, is Lisa coming this month or no?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's off island, but she's planning to attend. Yes.
Okay, so do we want to wait a couple minutes or do you want to get started?
I'll text her. But yeah, I think you can start.
Like with the script and all that stuff?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna read the script for the remotely conducted open meetings for the town of Nantucket. And I did say a minute ago, but I'll say it again. Just as I got on the webinar or the call, TNT Roofing showed up and is starting to do roofing work on the roof at my office. So I apologize for the loud noise if there is any, and I will try to be really good about being on mute when I'm not speaking.
Just get some dogs and babies to cry and it'll mute it out.
You know, it'll be great. All right. So I've only been, well, whatever. So, okay. So new public participation guidelines. We are now using Zoom webinar for meetings, which allows for the public to participate in the meeting as an attendee. Attendees must register to participate. The registration link is unique to each meeting. The registration link can be found in the description of the Nantucket Government TV YouTube live feed for this meeting. People registering to be an attendee must use their names, otherwise they will not be allowed to participate in any discussion. Attendees will join in listening mode. They can click the raise hand button if they wish to speak. I'm the chair, so I will call on those who have raised their hands in the order they were raised, and please be patient because it may take me a minute to notice that you're there. And Eleanor, you're gonna keep me honest on that if I don't see them. The YouTube chat will no longer be enabled and all questions should be directed through me. As a preliminary matter, my name is Susan McCarthy. I'm the chair of the Nantucket Zoning Board of Appeals. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Lisa Botticelli.
Here.
Ed Toole.
Here.
Michael O'Mara. No, not yet. Kiram Kosayatak.
Here.
Okay. Mark Poor.
Here.
Jim Mondani.
Here.
And Jeff Thayer.
here.
And staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Eleanor Antonietti.
Here, and I forgot to inform you, Michael did let me know he would be a little late.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative. Please note some of these people may not be logged in at this time, and there may be others who are not on the list who will show up. So Robert Wachowski, attorney for 20 Maya Comet Road.
Present.
Tom Mello, owner of 20 Maya Comet Road.
He's not present. He's aware of the hearing and it chose not to be here.
Okay. Jeff Blackwell, surveyor for 20 Maya Comet Road.
Here.
Rick Bodette, attorney for 8 Isabel's Way.
Here.
Brian Swain, attorney for 8 Isabel's Way.
Brian's not going to be here.
Okay. And Steve Rothke, architect for 8 Isabel's Way.
Steve is traveling and won't be on the call.
Okay. And Art Gasparo, surveyor for 8 Isabel's Way.
think he's coming either.
Okay.
All alone.
Okay, you can do it. All right, good afternoon. This open meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals is being conducted remotely consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings. And as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order, which you can find posted with agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment as previously noted. For this meeting, the Zoning Board of Appeals is convening by video conference via the Zoom app. This is posted on the town's website identifying how the public may join. Please note this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast will be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless noted otherwise. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. Okay, we're now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, I will go down the line of the members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate meeting minutes. For any response, please wait until I yield the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If we do wish to engage in back and forth conversation with each other, let's try to do it in a way where we're identifying who's speaking. So it'll be, again, easier for the meeting minutes. And each vote will be taken by roll call. Okay, so now we can turn to the agenda. So this is the regularly scheduled Town of Nantucket Board of Appeals meeting. Today's Thursday, March 11th, and it is 1:07. Does someone want to make a motion to approve the agenda as written? Lisa, I think you're muted, but okay. And would someone second that?
Second.
Okay, Karen seconds. Okay. So I'll go down. So Lisa,
Aye.
Ed.
I don't think I was there.
Oh, okay. do you
That's,
mean?
it's for today's agenda, Ed.
Just for the agenda, not the minutes yet.
Oh, the agenda. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Aye.
Kiram,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and Jim.
Aye.
Okay. Let's see. So next we'll move to the minutes. I did not read these minutes and I want to read them over, but did anyone have any comment on them?
No, but we should just table them.
Okay,
If-
thank
if-
you.
I don't have any.
Yeah, I just didn't, I had other things going on and I didn't get a chance to get to the minutes. So, so I guess we will make a motion to, do we have to make a motion, Eleanor, to hold those until next month?
You do.
Yeah,
So
okay.
It's on the agenda, so if you're continuing, you do have to vote on it.
Okay, so would someone make a motion to continue the minutes, approval of the minutes until the April meeting?
I will.
Okay, and second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Jim. Okay, so I'm just gonna go down the list again. So all those in, when I call your name, cast your vote. So Lisa,
Aye.
Hiram,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
and Jeff.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so now we can move to the first item on new business. That is application 04-21, Anton J. Mello, trustee, Mello Realty Trust, 20 Maya Comet Road, attorney Rob Wachowski presenting.
Thank you. This subject property is located at 20 Myacomet Road, Nantucket, and it's zone LUG2. And it's just over 2 acres at 87,105 square feet, where there's 80,000 square feet is the minimum lot in that zone. The applicants, Antoine J. Mello, trustee, and Mello Realty Trust, purchased the property in 2014 with the intention and subject to the building permit to construct a primary 2-family residence on the property, as well as move an existing 1-story barn onto the property. And it's the barn and its situation that is the reason for my special permit. The barn was located at its current position based on a February 3rd, 2015 survey planned by Blackwell and Associates. And this is a district where the rear yard setback is 15 feet. And the barn in 2015 was situated according to Mr. Blackwell's plan, and its current location, it's 11.7 feet from the rear yard lot line, which is directly abuts the property acquired by Surfside Crossing LLC. The minimum rear setback is 15 feet in LG2, and as such, the intrusion is roughly 3.3 feet. So the applicant is seeking relief pursuant to the bylaw section 139-16C, section 2, which reads, the Board of Appeals may grant a special permit to validate the unintentional setback intrusions not greater than 5 feet into a required yard and not closer than 4 feet from a lot line, provided that it shall first find that the burden of correcting the intrusion substantially outweighs any benefit to an abutter of eliminating the intrusion. And if the intruding structure was so situated after 1990 that the siting of the structure was reasonably based upon a licensed survey. And our contention is it was here, subject to Mr. Blackwell's survey. I do believe Mr. Blackwell is present and could speak to that effect.
Through
Jeff,
the chair, that's correct. I'm happy to address any questions relative to the survey citing of the building.
I have a question. Jeff, did you actually physically stake the property?
We
Stake the
staked-
location of the barn?
We stake the buildings on the property.
Okay.
Did you stake them in this location?
Yes.
So this was just explain to me how you go from 15 to 11.
I reviewed the file, excuse me, on this, and there was, I believe, some confusion by one of my staff members about the Mass Endangered Species Act setback to the property line versus the zoning setback. And I did not identify and catch that error. So when the foundation was staked, it was incorrectly staked about 3.3 feet into the zoning setback.
So the zoning setback is
15.
I can't think of the right word. It's 15 feet, and the Mass Endangered Species Act is only 10.
No, the Mass Endangered Species Act limit of work is is whatever anyone wants to apply for. But the base plan that was used for the later siting of the buildings was the plan that we had previously filed with the Mass Endangered Species Act.
So it wasn't as accurate?
No, limit of work is limit of brush cutting, for instance. No, it's simply a lack of recognition that the zoning setback was 15 feet. So the error was entirely mine, which led to the continued layout of the foundation and brings us here today.
So in other words, the applicant had, for whatever reason, they had said, asked for permission to brush cut to within 10 feet. And somehow that became, by mistake, the zoning side setback.
Yeah,
And
basically.
I got you.
Do
Okay.
any of the other board members have any questions about Jeff's explanation?
I don't think I do. I don't think I exactly understand what happened, but it sounds like it was a mistake. And nobody realized it until later on, and now here we are. So, okay.
Jim, do you have any comments about this one?
No, I
Karen?
don't, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Karen?
No, I'm actually just happy that somebody actually is taking accountability on these. It's kudos to him.
And Mark, do you have anything to say on this one?
Nothing more to add.
Yeah, okay. So,
And I would add that
Sure.
If we grant relief, there certainly should be language in there that this doesn't give carte blanche to go to that, even with the, straight up nothing more in that sideline setback intrusion.
You mean for future work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do the standard condition,
Yeah.
no further intrusion within the setback without further relief from the board.
Great.
And it would have to be from the board. It couldn't be like ZA relief, for instance, if
Right.
this isn't pre-existing non-conforming, you're validating it.
Mhm. I think it was just important for me to realize that Jeff had actually physically staked it. When I hear that it's based on a licensed survey, I wasn't quite sure what that meant. I don't know if somebody took his survey and then taped it off from that. So I think the fact that Jeff actually, as Karam said, sort of, took responsibility for an error, they happen. I don't have any issue with it, but agree with Ed on his adding that language.
Jeffrey, do you think the sword is sharp enough for when you fall on it?
I've already been run through.
He's a samurai.
okay, so it sounds like everybody's on the same page. And Jeff, it is nice to hear from someone who, mistakes happen, and just to admit that it was a mistake and explain it. And that's exactly it. I feel like this is exactly what this provision is here for. So would someone, unless there's anyone in the public that didn't see any raised hands that had a comment on this one, or anyone has anything else to add, I would ask someone to make a motion with the condition that there's no further intrusion into the setback without further relief from the board.
I'll make that motion.
Someone
Second
second
it.
that? You're gonna second it? Okay. So I will, again, go down the list. So I'll start with Lisa,
Here, I mean.
Ed,
Here and I.
okay. Kiram,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and Jim.
Aye.
Okay, I think that, Eleanor, that was 5, right? 1, 2.
You have you.
No, I didn't
Lisa?
vote. I mean, I didn't vote.
Oh, okay. So who I didn't hear.
I just started with Lisa because I'm not on the list, so
So Lisa, Ed, Mark,
Lisa, Ed,
Hiram.
Hiram, Mark, and Jim.
Okay, where's Jeff? Oh, there he is up there. Okay,
Okay.
sorry. Okay,
Yeah, Jeff and Michael are both here
sorry. Yes, that's fine.
to add me to the list. Okay. Okay, so that motion passes, so we can. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Jeff,
Thank you very much.
So next we can move on to. Sorry, I'm at the back of the packet. Here's the number. Oh, here we go. Sorry, my packet was all messed up. So the next application is number 5-21. Richard P. Baudet, trustee, West Wind Nominee Trust, 8 Isabel's Way. Attorney Baudet presenting for the applicant.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Rick Baudet for West Wind Nominee Trust. I would like to say at the outset, good to see Ed here. I haven't seen him in a while. Good to see all of you, of course, but good to see Ed because I haven't seen him in a long time.
I appreciate
Which
it. It's nice to be here.
I may not feel the same way in half an hour, but I just wanted to mention I hadn't seen you in a while. So
Thank you.
anyway, the property is 8 Isabel's Way. It's located in the Lug 3 zoning district. Property consists of a dwelling, second dwelling, and garage, as well as a shed. The property is oversized for the zoning district and generally complies with all the zoning bylaw intensity requirements with 2 exceptions. The shed, you'll notice on the plan, is within the setback. I think it's been there over 20 years. It's mentioned in the prior zoning board relief. And the garage is 34 feet from the front yard setback in a district requiring 35 feet. The garage was built somewhere around 2000, I think, based on the prior zoning relief that they got in 2004. It is a little less than a foot into the setback. The prior owner did receive zoning relief by special permit for the unintentional setback intrusion. I think it was based on a Chagru plan back from 1999 or 2000 when they built it. The applicant here, my client, is seeking to change the use of that garage to a studio, as you see on Steve's plan. So we're just seeking permission to amend that special permit to allow that change of use since it is slightly in that front yard setback. I did notice on Steve's plan, just for clarity, that there's a fence on the back of it that says it's to house pool equipment. So I assume at some point there's gonna be a pool there as well. So I think it seems as though it's probably gonna double as a pool cabana studio. But there's no change in the footprint at all. We are not coming any closer into the setback, obviously, if we're not changing the footprint. And it's not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than it otherwise would be as a garage. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have, hopefully.
So what is up with the picture of the garage with the trash all over the ground?
I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
I got that from Steve. He sent it to me before you guys submitted the application, and I just
I saw that today too, and I was like, oh my God. That's just want to give you an impression of what it will look like once it's a studio. Then we're going to try to keep that there consistently once a week.
That's what we live like in Wisconsin.
You guys are barbarians out there.
Good Lord.
I'm having trouble with only because I'm not quite as adept, but this is literally inches, correct?
Yeah, it's less than a foot. It says like 34.1. So, that's like 10 inches, I guess.
And there's already relief for the siting of it.
Yep.
It's just,
It's
Yes.
just a change of use.
It's the same relief that you just granted to the prior application.
Yeah, I guess if you read the prior decision, it was something like
Oh, I know where.
plan when they cited it was based on the wrong number coming from the street or something. So they cited it wrong.
Right, there was more information in the staff report. That's what I remember. I was looking for drawings and I couldn't find it. There's definitely a pool shown on one of the drawings. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So it's the smaller of the two buildings, right?
It is. There's 3 buildings actually, 2 houses, and this garage is in between the 2 on that first driveway
Yep.
coming from Sankaty, I think.
The building height is increasing? Yes or no?
No idea, actually.
You told me no change.
Yeah, it says, actually, I'm looking at it now.
That would change the kind of relief you're giving.
17,
Yeah, it says existing ridge height on the architectural drawings.
Wait, say that again, Lisa?
It says existing ridge height so that there should be no change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to come back if there's any change to get increase in the setback.
The pergola is facing what's going to be the pool. And then the outdoor shower, is that on the, what side is that on? South. Okay, so that's, so the outdoor shower and that decking will be in the setback?
Shower.
Where do you see that, Lisa? Sorry, I don't know what you're looking at.
That was in the
You're
pack.
looking at these, Lisa?
Hang on, I can't see you because I have the thing open.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
the
I'm
staff-
trying to find
I'm
it.
looking at the proposed, they look like they're from the HDC elevations.
So if you look at the HGC site plan, I'm happy to share my screen if you guys want to see it.
I can share it if you want. You're talking about the staff report, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I
I
see.
have,
That's on the south side. Okay, never mind. He's good. It looks like it's not in the setback. I've got these turned around, so, okay. I think I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure the shower wasn't in the setback.
And the elevations, the proposed and existing match. So Ed, it doesn't look like it's going any higher.
And, obviously you guys can include a condition about that if you want, if it's not changing. And if for some reason it does, we'll come back.
So it's a permitted use, right? The studio. We're just changing it to basically housekeeping with the special permit.
Yep. Yeah, I think Steve, the reason we're here, if I could be mixing this up with a different property, but I think Steve applied for a building permit and Marcus bounced him.
he did, that's correct.
Is that, yeah, okay.
So what were Marcus's grounds for bouncing it? If they're not changing the building footprint.
Change of use.
Change of use, yeah.
In a non-conforming structure, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can have, maybe, for instance, not in this case, this is definitely not an intensification of use. I can say subjectively, but you could be changing a garage into a second dwelling. That would be arguably intensifying the use in a way that warrants review. For instance.
Yeah, and I don't think he makes that judgment. I think just in general, if it's in the setback, he's going to send it to you guys.
I agree. That's why the bylaw is written the way it is.
The pool equipment fence, Lisa, does, I think, go into the setback,
But I think fencing is allowed in the setback.
right, up to a
Mhm.
certain,
Well, you can have a board fence on your property line at 6 feet high,
Right.
presuming it's HGC approved, so I don't think the fencing is an issue. I was just making sure that the platform of the outdoor shower wasn't in there.
Yeah, and I would say if they pour, something to be, to hold that pool equipment, that would have to stay out of the setback as well,
The
presumably.
only thing that I see that it says on the drawings, existing ridge is 17 feet 3 inches. It says on the HGC application, I think, hold on, let me just make sure I'm. Oh, no, that's right. No, never mind. What did I just say that said the 20 feet on it for the height? There's a yellow piece of paper. Hold on.
yeah,
Oh, I'm probably looking at the old garage, the other application. Hold on.
does the outdoor or does the pool equipment, where's that setback line? At the building, or, because that would be a problem.
Oh, you're wondering if the pool equipment is in the setback?
Yeah,
Okay, let me just pull up that plan.
I think that fence is on the back of it. In other words, opposite the pergola that Lisa mentioned, if I'm reading it correctly, but
Yeah, if you look at Ed, I do have the staff report. It's on page 16 of the staff report. There's a plan that shows what looks like to be some sort of a small pool in between these two structures. And then the outdoor shower and the pool equipment area looks to be off of that setback. So we could just, make that as part of the decision. That it's not in the setback. Southerly.
that's what I'm getting at. I can't, I'm assuming, so if I'm looking at the plan, the pool and, the equipment and the outdoor shower are to the right, or what would be the south end of that little building.
Yeah, the plan is upside down, like the north is facing down. So it's opposite of what the site plan is showing. I think that's
Okay.
what's sort of
So
confusing.
north instead of south, but still, to make a long story short, the pool equipment can't be in the, we're not going to bless that.
Yes.
May I just say, through you, Madam Chair, that they're not asking for anything to do with any other structures or improvements aside from this structure. So if they want to come along and do something to do with a pool and pool equipment, and it ends up requiring relief, that's a whole separate application.
Well, this isn't pool. I don't think it's the pool equipment. I think it's probably a, heat exchanger for air conditioning.
I think what
Air conditioner, Ed, and that seems to be outside of setback as well. Because it shows up on the architectural plan within that fenced in area.
Are we not just validating a change of use?
Right, that's what I was just going to say, Mark. I think that what Eleanor's trying to say is that the only thing that they're asking us for, and I think it's because the special permit that issued in special in several places calls out the shed as a garage. So it talks about a shed and then talks about a garage specifically. So I think anything else that has to do with the pool equipment, any fencing, if they put a floor in there, whatever, that would be in the setback would be a violation. And we're not even addressing any of that. So, or we could, but I don't think we have to. I think the only thing we have to do is.
I don't think we have to either. I'm simply saying just because it's on this plan and this plan has been submitted doesn't mean
you don't want to see it
that's
come back as like somehow we blessed it because it was
in setback and shouldn't be. So I just want that to be clear. And
yeah, okay, well, we can definitely put a condition like we did on the last one, that not referencing any plan, just saying that the siting of the shed as it is today with no additional
Setback
intrusions.
yeah, everything else has to comply with zoning.
Yeah.
We're not blessing it just because it's drawn this way. And I'm not saying it's a problem, but it looks like it may be.
Well, it's just very close. You
Okay.
just-
I think that's fair. Eleanor, you had your hand up?
I just want to add, the plan that they submitted with the application is on page 11 of the staff report. It is Art Gasparo's updated with setback, the exact setback distances shown.
Eleanor, can you
Oh.
share that? Because my staff report for some reason has no page numbers on it, so I'm,
Mine doesn't either.
No, I didn't number it. My bad, sorry.
oh, so it's like I keep counting to try to get, so I don't, page 11 is, hold on.
All right, can you see as you know, I don't see anything on the screen when I share a screen. So can you confirm that you're seeing?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you got it.
there, Eleanor.
Yeah.
Your screen show. So all I'm saying is, I don't know, where is the setback from the number 83.13, that wall to the building? It may comply.
But what I was trying to say, Ed, is that they didn't necessarily submit, the application that Rick Bodett submitted on behalf of his client didn't include the architectural stuff. I had that from previous exchanges with Steve. So specifically, the application that was specifically submitted for the application is this plan. It's not all the HDC stuff. I provide that as just sort of extra information for you, but
So this is what we're voting on.
this is what you're voting on.
But I get Ed's point. He's saying that there's, I
Oh,
think,
Yeah,
what you're
all I'm
saying is
it's part of it's been submitted somehow. I don't know by whom. I don't think Rick would just put stuff in that, or have you put stuff in that was not anyway.
Well, I always get the HDC stuff if it's available for you guys to see. I know, especially Lisa likes to see the elevations, and all of you do. So I generally get that stuff to enhance your visualization of what they're doing. But that was not submitted by Rick. That's something I got on my own.
so Ed, I think what you're saying is like on that east side, that 83.13, where the building is, you would like to see the distance to make sure that right? Is that what you're saying? That you want to see where that's?
To be clear though, that I don't think that is where it's close. I think if you go back to that plan, if I can somehow annotate this, you guys can't see my thingamajig. This is not the issue. It's here. It's right. It's below the building where the arrow that says existing wood frame garage at 308 square feet. That's where the outdoor shower and equipment is going, where he's got distance to the setback line. I don't think there are any issues relative to what relief they're asking for happen at the 83.13 property line. If I'm correct, I mean, Rick, you can confirm.
And confirm what? That it's,
We're
that
talking
they're not over that line?
we're talking about the second building, the smaller building.
Way off, guys.
Sorry, Lisa, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
We're talking about the smaller building. We're not even talking about this other larger building that's closer to the 83.13 dimension. That's not even part of our discussion today.
No.
I get that now, and I apologize.
That's okay. No, it's just this. It's right where that little bump is on the smaller building. Is
So-
where equipment is going.
Maybe just to, put Ed's mind at ease a little bit. I mean, you guys, I'm happy with, you guys can say nothing or everything about what can be in the setback. I don't care. If it's,
It could be in the
in
setback.
other words, if you want to say, make sure the pool equipment isn't in the setback, I think that's belt and suspenders. So go ahead, because it
Yeah,
can't
it
be.
looks like it will fit. I was looking at a totally different portion of
It
the.
was hard to figure this out, I have to say, until I got the staff report. Then it was like, okay, then I could kind of make sense of it. But originally, without that, it was hard to understand. Which building was the building, which was the garage. So anyway, so I'll make the motion to grant the change of use, and make the comment that no further setback relief is part of that motion.
Well, before it's seconded, one more question. Do we want to take the opportunity to get the existing wood frame shed out of the setback?
Make a move it?
Yeah,
The 167 square foot one.
yeah.
Oh, that one, not the one we're talking about.
No, no, even I wouldn't do that. But I have no idea when they put that shed in. It's a problem island wide where people put their little sheds where they probably shouldn't, saying, "Oh, I can move it someday if I need to."
When was the shed built?
It's there's a 2004 special permit,
Yep, I'm
and
looking.
it is referenced in that special permit as being older than 10 years and unenforceable. So at least 1994.
I think we let it go, Ed. I don't know. Well,
Yeah, I think if it was already addressed in a 2004, the special permit that we have here.
which you have signed, Mr. Tool.
Must have been another weak moment.
Forgery.
I didn't realize I was ill then.
One moment.
Nancy,
I think it's more of a
Okay,
function
Rick had to
of-
leave. Rick had to leave if we want to wait for him.
I think Michael signed that too, right?
yeah. And Richard Lofton
yeah.
and David Wiley.
We signed something specific to the that little shed being over the line.
Look at the thing. Our decision is based upon it.
I'm looking at it right now to find it. I wasn't specifically looking for that when I read it before, but let me see if I can find it. In page 41, paragraph 5.
Yeah.
It says members of the Board of Appeals question the status of the shed as shown upon exhibits, blah, 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 which lies 23.36 feet from Isabel's Way. However, there's a 90-degree bend in Isabel's Way, and when the shed was constructed in 1990 pursuant to building permit number 7351-90, it may have been considered that this shed needed only to meet the side yard setback requirement of 20 feet. In any event, the building inspector signed off on the final inspection upon the building permit on May 14th, 1990. Therefore, the shed is protected against enforcement by Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 7, similar provisions of our bylaw. And the issue of the shed is not before the Board of Appeals in this application.
Okay,
So it was asked and answered then, so I think we can
fair enough.
let that one go.
Sorry, Ed.
No, it's okay.
You
Just
can make
wondered
the other building out of the setback if you want to.
that. Okay,
Thanks, Lisa.
I'm just kidding. So I made a motion.
I'll second that motion.
And that motion, sorry, Lisa, had the condition about no further.
We're not granting any further relief for any other setback intrusions.
Sorry, so Ed, did you just second that?
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments from anyone on the board? No. Is there anyone in the public who wanted to speak on this one? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so I will do a roll call. Myself, I. Lisa,
Aye.
Ed,
Aye.
Karen,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
and that's 5. Right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Right. It's hard to do this. Sorry, the roll call is hard because I have this like little list and it's just, I don't know, it's challenging for me for some reason. So, okay, so that motion passes.
Thanks, guys.
Okay,
Thanks, Rick.
thanks, Rick.
Thanks.
So that is it for today, unless anyone has anything else that they wanted to talk about.
I just want to remind you that I will be on medical leave as of next Wednesday, and Leslie Snell presumably will cover for me. She will cover for me. And if she can't, she'll find someone who can. So I will, supposed to be gone for a while, but I'm hoping to be back, hoping to beat the odds and be back for the April 8th meeting, but it's not likely. We'll see.
What are you getting done? Is it a
Massive shoulder, all
Oh.
kinds of stuff in my shoulder. So anyhow, but I'm going to try and beat the odds. So maybe you'll see me on the 8th.
Well, do what you need to do to take care of yourself.
Okay.
You know, like don't rush back. We'll be fine. Or not, and it'll be fine anyway.
No, I'll be fine. Just
We'll miss you one way or the other.
I mean, we'll be fine. The meeting will go on. Of
You'll
course,
be-
you'll be fine. You're going to recover and be great.
uh,
All right. Well, then does someone
Madam
want-
Chair,
Yes?
I just want to go on record as having said something at this meeting. I share Rick Bodette's joy at having that handsome face back in action.
bravo!
Yeah, welcome back, Ed.
Oh,
I appreciate it. It's good to be back.
yeah.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank
Welcome back.
I think you should become chairman again.
you.
That would be lovely. You want to go back and be chairman?
I won't tell you what just happened.
All right. So I guess someone could make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Anyone want a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. So motion's been made and seconded. Find my list. Myself, I, Lisa,
Aye.
Ed,
Aye.
Michael O'Mara.
Hey,
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kieran.
Aye.
Okay, that's 5. We're good. All right. Well, have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
You know,
And Eleanor, good luck with everything.
Thank
Yeah.
you. See you guys soon-ish.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.